What's up, Panther Nation and Keep Pounding Nation? We are back with this video here, reviewing the first round of the draft. I'm excited to finally be able to record this after last night. That was an interesting first round, I have to say. So I'm looking at Yahoo Sports website right now. We're going to go through these, and more specifically the one that applies to us. So San Francisco 49ers picked Nick Bosa. He is now the third Bosa brother, or Bosa family member, that has been picked in the NFL draft. That's really awesome. And he's from Ohio State. He's 6'4", 266 pounds. And a lot of people think he's the best pick in the draft. And that's the second pick. Obviously, you know the Cardinals are going to go with Kyler Murray. We all know about Kyler Murray. We've been hearing stories about him. We already know everything about him. I mean, there's just no need to go into that pick. I think that's an obvious winner for Arizona going forward. That does leave questions as far as Josh Rosen and what he's going to be doing. So, but let's get into the Jets pick. Quinnen Williams. Now this is quite the pick for the Jets. I completely approve of this pick. He's a defensive tackle from Alabama. I've had the pleasure of watching him a number of times. A couple of those times playing my Clemson Tigers, and he was a threat. And Clemson's line is not a joke. I will tell you that much. They are tough to get through. It's like an iron steel curtain. To borrow a term from the Steelers, but and this guy, I remember at least a number of times where he just slid right through our offensive line like butter, and I was like, wow, this guy's going to be a top 5 pick. I have no doubt. So yeah, I've been watching him for a long time. He's 6'3", 303 pounds. And to my knowledge, this is the best pick I have seen the Jets make in at least 5 years. Maybe 10. So, that in mind, and let's just see what Yahoo says here. Missouri coach Barry Odom said, you have to game plan around him. And the Jets reportedly tried to trade this pick. I wonder why. When you look at how versatile Williams is, I would not have tried to trade that pick at all. So, all the praise I just gave the GM, it makes you wonder, right? They made some really dumb picks over the last 10 years. And there's no need to go into that. You guys have already seen them. And it just screws up the entire draft. So, now, pick 4. Here's where it gets interesting. Celine Farrell from Clemson. This guy was on my draft board. If he happened to fall to us at mid-first round, he was projected there was a chance he could have showed up on our board and we could have gotten him. But I doubt it. That was a highly doubtful one. But I've seen a lot of him. I know what he can do. I know what he can't do. More importantly, And I know that there's very few things he can't do. So the Raiders got a really good guy here. He's going to give you 110% every play, full effort. He does not take plays off. And you're getting a monster, Gruden. You really are. And, you know, Yahoo Sports will give him a C plus grade, but I give that grade an A plus. Excellent pick, Oakland. Excellent. In this entire first round, showed that the Oakland GM knows what he's doing. You know, because he had 3 picks and he picked 3 brilliant guys that will really help their team. Farrell being one of them. And Yahoo is saying, solid player, military kid, winner, but number 4. They didn't think he was going to get popped up that high. I'll tell you what, Gruden does not pick players that will not get the job done for him. He knows exactly what he's getting. He knew exactly what he was getting when he was with Tampa Bay, and you see they have a Lombardi sitting in Tampa Bay right now. I mean, Gruden knows what he's talking about. He knows his scouts, he knows what he's doing. So, I like that pick a lot by Oakland. So, moving on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Speaking of, we got Devin White with the 5th pick. And this is an interesting pick because the Buccaneers really did need an inside linebacker. They needed help at that position a lot, and he's going to bring a lot to them. He's from LSU. He's 6 foot even, 237 pounds. He's a former running back, which I found interesting. Let's see what Yahoo says here. Let's see. He flies all over the field, vicious hitter. But does he play under control? And they gave him a B grade. They had him ranked as number 11. I find that interesting because I think he's a little bit better than that, honestly. But yeah, Tampa Bay came up a winner there. I definitely say that's a good pick. So now, here's where this is going to blow everybody's mind, and I think it did last night when Dave Gettleman, the Giants GM, picked Daniel Jones, the quarterback from Duke. Now, a lot of people are criticizing this move. I like it. It's bold. He's a solid quarterback. I can attest to that. He played really tough against some pretty good ACC opponents. So, I have to say, I like this pick. But that's not who Dave Gettleman was really after. So ESPN is calling this a reach, and they're saying he has questionable. That the Giants got questionable players. I have to disagree with ESPN yet again. You know, this is not the first time I've disagreed with ESPN. I've disagreed with them several times on Gettleman's picks. I think this is going to be a winner right here. Now, will he stay in New York? I don't know. No one knows. We're going to find out soon. You know, it just depends. But I do like this pick. 6'5", 221. And he does have that arm. You know, he studied under Peyton Manning. And, a lot of people like this pick. So it's half and half, really, crowd. I remember watching the stadium crowd reaction to this. And the Giant Stadium crowd did not like this pick whatsoever. But then again, I don't think they've ever liked even half of Gettleman's picks in the past. But nevertheless, he got his quarterback. So let's move on. Josh Allen for the Jaguars, pick 7. Also, linebacker could move. I feel like the Jaguars needed a linebacker. And he's a good fit. He's from Kentucky, he's 6'5", 265 pounds. And he does have that game-changing talent that you have to game plan around. So he's dangerous. He can get through those lines and wreak some havoc. Detroit Lions, yeah. TJ Hawkinson, tight end. The Lions did need a tight end, and Stafford did need another weapon. But not somebody I'm really paying attention to. Ed Oliver for the Bills, pick 9. Great pick. Great pick, Buffalo. I have to say. Because when you go after a defensive tackle this early, you know you're getting quality. And they needed one desperately, and Ed Oliver fits that scheme that McDermott shows up there. And then he runs. He's from Houston, 6'2", 285. Actually, he's listed as 287, technically, on the Yahoo Sports website. I saw 285 somewhere else, but I don't remember where. But, yeah, he's fast. He's strong, and he's got rare athleticism that could really make some big differences in games. Yahoo gives him a B+. I agree with that. Pittsburgh Steelers, Devin Bush. They traded up. Now, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh boy, here comes the steal. Because there's always one team that steals a guy off our draft board. Whether it be division opponents, whether it be the Bills, whether it be the Cardinals, somebody always steals one from us every year in one of the first 3 rounds. Now, Pittsburgh always has me concerned because they've had needs on defense, and Devin Bush is a great pick for them. He's able to cover the field sideline to sideline. Superb leader. They list him as 5'11", 234 from Michigan. A- on the pick. Great pick. So now we get down to 11. Jonah Williams. He is a film junkie. And he's from Alabama, 6'4", 302 pounds. And he can play every position on the O-line except for center. That gives Cincinnati a lot of flexibility, especially with injuries. They've had a lot of injuries on the lines. They've had a lot of tackles not pan out, guards not pan out. So this is a good move for Cincinnati. I like it. When you go after a lineman from Alabama, you know you're getting quality. Moving on to the Packers, Rashawn Gary. I like this pick. because Green Bay has been needing a pass rusher desperately. And Yahoo will not say that, but I will. Green Bay's they had so much trouble getting through even some of the most average lines last year with that pass rush. So, like Rashawn Gary, he's a great player, but I don't know that he's the best fit for Green Bay. We'll see. We'll see how that shakes out. He doesn't strike fear in opponents, is what they said on here. He's 6'4", 277. Yahoo grades him a C. I agree with that. Miami Dolphins, pick 13, Christian Wilkins. Excellent pick, Dolphins. Excellent pick. You will not regret picking Christian Wilkins. He is a absolute workhorse. This is the best pick I've seen from the Dolphins in a long, long time. Probably I don't know how long it's been, but 6'3", he's 315 pounds. This guy is a beast on the field. I've watched him. He's emotional. He's going to give you 100% every play. He's a Clemson man. Clemson players always give you 110% every play. You can expect that. He does take a few plays off, but he's effective. He's versatile. He's dangerous, and is a guy that you're going to have to game plan around on offense. Moving on to the Falcons that picked Chris Lindstrom. Good pick. Boston College man, 6'4", 308. And they made the move to protect Matt Ryan. And I like this a lot because the amount of times Matt Ryan has been under pressure in the past 15 years is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, the only time he's been able to put up the numbers he's fully capable of putting up is when he has a great offensive line. Or at least a halfway adequate offensive line. When he has that, he is MVP caliber. So, with that move, I think they really solidified the offensive line. So, excellent move. He's a pass blocking guard, which is exactly what they're looking for. It fits their scheme. And they have not touched on the offensive line since the Super Bowl. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think they have. That they were in. So, Washington Redskins, Dwayne Haskins. A lot of people are praising the Redskins' moves, particularly ESPN. To me, I wasn't too impressed. I thought it was mediocre first round for them. Dwayne is a pretty good quarterback, but I don't know that he's. We'll see how the transition works out for them. But each quarterback transitions differently in the NFL. So you don't know exactly what to expect. Some transition well, some transition poorly, and you get some busts out of that. He's a product of Ohio State, 6'3", 231 pounds. He does have a great arm. I will say that. Some of the throws he was able to make, kind of with that arm of his, really kept him alive. He had a good line too, which helped him out a lot. So we'll see how that translates in Washington, because Washington hasn't had the best offensive line lately. They're working on that. So we will see. And then here is our pick at pick 16. Brian Burns. Love this pick. We needed an edge rusher to replace Peppers. We got it. We got exactly what we wanted. He's been on our mock drafts everywhere at pick 16 for us. Everywhere. I think I've only seen one or two where Sweat was taken at 16, and I'm absolutely shocked that Sweat was still there at pick 16. So, he's 6'5", 249, as I explained in my previous video, and he's going to bring a lot of versatility to our defense so that we don't have to pass rush as much. So that's an excellent move. So here's the one. Again, Edelman strikes again with Dexter Lawrence. This is the target he was really after in the first round. And he got this trade. He got this pick from the trade, the Odell Beckham trade, back in, I believe, January? Was it January that they made that trade? All I know is it was all over the news. And so Dexter Lawrence, excellent choice, Edelman. I mean, this is the first time I've seen him pick a Clemson player in I don't know how long. He never picked a Clemson player when he was general manager for us. So I like it. It's a bold move, and it's a great move. So for me, that's two goldmine players. People are not going to think that good quarterback is a goldmine player, but I do. So, just take it with a grain of salt. I know people are going to disagree with that in the comments below, and that's fine. But Dexter Lawrence, you're getting another Clemson workhorse. And I've said it before. This guy he's a monster, and that's the third Clemson player, defensive player, mind you, taken in the first 20 picks. That's the Clemson record. That's never happened before. So I'm excited as a Clemson fan, and I'm excited for Gettleman that he got to be a part of that history. But Dexter was part of that 2016 championship team, and he comes off it with a lot of risk, supposedly, with a PED suspension and nerve damage in his leg. Now, right off the PED suspension, I think that's stupid. I'm ignoring that. Nerve damage in the leg, however, that's a concern. As long as he stays on the field, he is a dangerous, dangerous threat. And you have to take him very, very seriously. Because he's smart. He knows your play before you can even get it going. Not quite as smart as Luke, of course, but smart in the sense that once the play gets going, he knows exactly where that ball is going to be. He's a ball hawk. And I love that about him. So let's move on to Garrett Bradbury for the Vikings. He's a center. He's not that big for an interior lineman, but he's quick and agile. I agree with that. Who thinks he's going to stay there for the next decade and start immediately? I agree with that. I would agree with that. Because he was an anchor for NC State. I will say that in particular. Because when my Clemson Tigers went up there to play NC State, we had trouble budging that line. And he He knew what he was doing. He had that offensive line locked down, and it was just tough to get the proper pass rush on him for a while. So, good pick by the Vikings. That's pick 18. He's 6'3", 306 pounds. Moving on to the Titans. You got Jeffrey Simmons. You got the character issues. You got the ACL tear. Defensive tackle position. I mean, despite that, Yahoo still giving him an A grade. He's from Mississippi State. He's 6'4", 301 pounds. Titans need everything. To be honest, they need a lot. And it may not look like it, but they do. That run last year took a lot out of them, and I think they're going to need to rebuild some of that to be competitive again. But he is a disruptor on the defensive line, so that's going to be helpful when he's healthy. Denver Broncos, Noah Fant. Now you know the Broncos are looking for a tight end. They're looking for a big weapon for that quarterback, Joe Flacco, that just came in to Denver, and he likes those big, early tight ends that can catch the ball and move for you. So, he's also a good pass blocker, and he's just a big presence in that offense. He's from Iowa, 6'4", 249. You know, he may not look that big, but he is a tank. I've watched enough of his tape. I've watched enough of the Iowa games to get a real good taste of what he can do. So, Joe's getting a good one there. Green Bay Packers, Darnell Savage Jr. They list him as a safety. I don't know too much about him, to be honest. Maryland didn't really stand out to me that much in the past 2 years, so I don't know that much about him. They say that it's a questionable move. I would agree with that. 5'11", 198. Saw a couple of highlights on the draft, and you know, I think that's an interesting move. We'll see. Eagles got Andre Dillard, offensive tackle. Good move. They, like Atlanta, are trying to protect their quarterback, you know, and I think always when you're working on the line, that's always a positive for your team going forward. Washington State, you know, you always get these big burly guys, 315 pounds, 6'5", from places like this that are going to stay in the league for at least 5 or 6 years minimum. And that's going to be a positive for the Eagles going forward. Yahoo lists that as a B+. Eagles traded up to fill the need. And they traded up from the Ravens. That was the Ravens' former pick. So here is the Houston Texans. Tytus Howard. Pick 23. Offensive tackle, again. Offensive tackle themed. You want to protect your quarterback. Sean Watson was pressured at least 28 times. A record 28 times, I might add. I may be wrong about that number. But it was just a ridiculous amount. It was the most in the NFL last year. And, you know, with Watson getting back healthy again last year. Now the goal is to protect him. So I like this move by Houston. He's from Alabama State, 6'5", 322 pounds. You guys an anchor, from what I've seen. Raiders moved up. Let the Bears pick. Got Josh Jacobs, the running back from Alabama, 5'10", 220. At first glance, he's not going to really get your attention, but when you watch him against my Clemson Tigers, he starts to actually move the ball more than you would expect him to. He was averaging like 2 or 3 yards a carry against my Clemson D-line, which was supposedly the best in the country. So I'm really impressed with him. He's got the speed. Once you get him out in the outfield, get him started with some proper blocking, he can be really, really dangerous. But he's more of a speed back than he is balanced. And with Marshawn Lynch retiring, the Raiders have a need. So that's an obvious pick for John Gruden's team there. Very smartly done. So here's the Ravens. Pick 25. Marquise Brown. Wide receiver from Oklahoma. We all know what he can do. If you guys have been watching Oklahoma, you know what he can do. He's highly dangerous when you get him out in the flat. The proper blocking. You get the ball to him quickly, get him some proper blocking. This guy is gone. The player he reminds me most of, I think, would be, probably Roddy White in his early days. Because Roddy White, when you get the ball to him early, and in those screen patterns, once he takes off, he's scary. That's somebody you don't want to. You got to stop him early, otherwise you're not going to stop him at all. But he's the first wide receiver off the board, and the Ravens could use another weapon from Lamar Jackson. So I like this pick. 5'9", 166 pounds. And they got that pick from the Eagles. So, good move. Here's the Redskins. Montez Sweat. I told you I was surprised that this man was still on the board by the time we picked at 16. I did not expect him to drop this low. Nobody did. And everybody's been talking about him. He's been in a few mock drafts of ours. The large heart is mainly why he dropped off. But he got that fixed. And he's good to go, I think. Mississippi State, 6'6", 260. And grade of A- by Yahoo Sports. I agree with that. If you keep him on the field, he's very, very dangerous. So, good move. Jonathan Abram by the Raiders, pick 3 for them in the first round. And he's from Mississippi State. He's a safety. He's a hard worker, and he will bring it 110% every play. You can guarantee that. He does sometimes become a game changer. So, you have to keep an eye on him and game plan around him. 5'11", 205 pounds. Rated at B+ by Yahoo. So here's the Chargers. The Chargers got Jerry Tillery. I did not agree with this pick because whatever you're doing with Notre Dame players, it's hit or miss. You know, you're getting a 50-50 pick there. You don't know whether he's going to be a bust or he's going to be a star for you. But we haven't had the best luck with Notre Dame people when they've come through our system. So, you know, I wish the Chargers luck. I hope that pans out for him. Let's see. But he's 6'6", 295 pounds. Some people question his interest outside of football. Interesting. And he is a stout dude, so I don't particularly like that move by the Chargers. So that's realistically the only pick I don't like from them. So here's Seattle. LJ Collier. TCU, 6'2", 283 pounds, and he's listed as an edge rusher, defensive end. They needed to replace Frank Clark, and it's an interesting pick for them in a couple of ways. I think he's a good pick for them. I think he's a good fit. See? Seattle's had a few questionable picks lately. But there's a lot of those players that left since their leader to boom days. So maybe that'll help them. Alright, Giants. Seattle had 2 picks here. Looks like 29-30, and the Giants traded up. Gettleman traded up, more specifically, for a corner. The best corner out there, arguably, DeAndre Baker. Now, this was an out-of-character move for Dave Gettleman. He did not expect the corners to all still be there at this point. So, he moved up, he grabbed the best available, and it just happens to be Baker. So, excellent move by Gettleman. Again, still in the show in the first round this year. I personally think he's gotten 3 gold mine players in this first round. 3. Imagine what he could do in the late rounds. And a lot of people are not real big on Gettleman, but I think he's a very smart man. He knows how to manipulate the draft. He knows what he wants. People think he got questionable talent here. I disagree. People thought he reached on the Duke quarterback. Again, I disagree. Christian Wilkins was an excellent pick. So, I think, great first round for the Giants. They really, really helped themselves last night. Falcons got Caleb McGarry, traded up from the Rams. 6'7", 317 pounds. Falcons fortifying this side of their offensive line. Again, with this move. I like it. One of the last offensive tackles and offensive linemen, really good ones in the list. And DeAndre Baker's stats are 5'11", 193 pounds from Georgia. And they gave him a C+ grade, which I disagree with the grade. But anyway, yeah, again, the Falcons trying to fortify that line and protect Matt Ryan. So, good move. And finally, the Pats. N'Keal Harry. Or N'Keal Harry. I can never say this name right. N'Keal Harry. There you go. There you go. Sorry about that. Sorry about butchering your name, dude. But he's 6'2", 228 pounds. Big physical receiver. He's hardworking. People have concerns about his pass blocking ability and his release from the line. That's what I've been hearing. So we'll see. We'll see. That's usually you find these goal line players at the end of the round that nobody else jumps on. So, we'll see how that pans out for him. But I like Brian Burns. I like the pick that we made. Round 2 is not going to run as smooth, I don't think. You're going to have a lot of people taken off the board that are probably going to be on our draft board. So we need to keep our eyes peeled and stay open-minded. And as usual, be aware that there's at least 3 or 4 teams that could steal a pick from us and get somebody off our draft board before we even get the chance to pick. So it happens every year. Don't be surprised. Just roll with it. But solid first round. I'm happy with it. Moving on to the second round, third round tonight. And I believe the fourth as well. I'm not sure. That'll be 8 o'clock tonight. So check that out. And keep an eye on the Giants. You never know what they're going to grab. This is the money round for Gettleman. It's 2, 3, and 4. So we'll see what he comes up with. And he does everything for a reason. So it may not be abundantly clear at the moment, but it will be. Lastly, I want to point out I was at the Roaring Riot draft party last night in Greenville, South Carolina, at Quaker Steak and Lube. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for the love that you guys showed us. Me and my mom went, and they gave us this amazing flag that matches my other one. I'll show it to you. Hold on. This is the game-given flag from the Colts game in 2015. And during that game was overtime, and it was a monsoon. And I'm telling you, every piece of Panthers merchandise I have has a memory to it. So, very exciting to add yet another piece of Panthers merchandise or a Panthers flag to my collection. It was a great night. They had a DJ, and it was a lot of fun. I'm going to show you guys this as well. I got this. It's soft, and it's really cool. I just really love all these gifts. And they also gave me this patch for the Roaring Riot. Very cool, guys. Very cool. Love it. And also this party favor. As you can see, it has a whistle and the Roaring Riot logo on it. Very awesome. So thank you very much for the hospitality at the party, and making us feel welcome. You guys throw a very, very lit party, and I'm very excited that I got to be a part of it. last night. Chances are very good I will be joining you guys next year if you do it again. So, if any of you guys are watching this video from that Roaring Riot party, feel free to add me on Facebook. You know my Facebook. You should be able to find my Facebook page through my comment that I left on your page. And, you know, excellent party. Cannot wait to do it again. And I hope to see many of you at the training camp in August. But as this draft rolls along, we still got a few more rounds to go, so I will see you guys tomorrow as we break down the next few picks and the next few rounds. I will be doing a comprehensive breakdown of every pick in the 7-round draft as it rolls along. I may not get to all of them, but I will do my best. Thank you guys so very much. And the Saturday rounds, I may not get to them right away. That video may come in a little late because of how many picks there are and how many rounds there are and how quickly it goes. But they'll be up on the internet, so I'll be able to use those. So look at those picks and get information before I do the video. So, thank you guys so much for the support. Leave comments, leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any new videos or new content. And this is the Carolina Panthers channel for the Keep Pounding. And I appreciate everybody's support. Whether you're seeing one video, whether you're seeing 100, you know, on the channel. I love all of you. We're all a family. We're all in this Keep Pounding family together. And if you're new here, you know that I appreciate you as well. Thank you guys so very much. We're about to hit that 85 subscriber limit number right now. Very soon. I think we're at 84 right now. But please share these videos with your friends. Let them know about us. And let's get this channel trending. I'm going to try to get some more videos pumped out after the draft. We'll see what pops up, what moves are being made, what cuts are being made. And I'll try to get these videos out as much as I possibly can for you guys as the content rolls in for me to be able to use. So thank you guys again. From my heart, you guys know it's real. And I'll see you guys next time. Always remember to keep pounding. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.